Rick Harrison's reputation has been on a downward spiral for a couple of years due to several controversies surrounding the reality TV star. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. Rick Harrison, the famous lead of the reality TV show, Pawn Stars, has been the subject of many controversies over the years, and it's time to talk about his legal issues with his mom, Joanne Rue Harrison. Since it began airing in 2009, Pawn Stars has become one of the most watched reality TV shows due to its unique premise, which focuses on the daily activities at the gold and silver pawn shop in Las Vegas. Rick, who was the manager and part owner of the shop, alongside his father, Richard "Old Man" Harrison, who started it in 1989, quickly became one of the most recognizable faces on TV. The series was destined to be one of the History Channel's highest-rated shows. However, over the years, Rick has been the subject of many controversial reports, which have made him seem less ethical as a reality TV star. After Richard passed away in 2018, Rick took full ownership of Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, which seemed to have caused a rift between him and his mother, Joanne. With Pawn Stars Season 23, Rick once again showed up on screens to take the fans on a journey through another dramatic season. However, Rick's reputation isn't what it was when he made his reality TV debut in 2009. Rick's legal issues with his mother make him seem shady. In 2022, Rick became the subject of a family drama after his mother, Joanne, filed a temporary restraining order against Rick to stop him from allegedly siphoning off her assets. According to Joanne, Rick made her sign over her 51% stake in the family business after waking up from a coma. Joanne also accused Rick of undercutting her share of the business. According to her lawsuit, Rick took out a $3 million loan by using her assets as collateral, and he also did not account for more than $100,000 in cash and $500,000 in silver Richard had before his death. Rick initially used to pay his mother a monthly allowance of $25,000, but he stopped doing that in 2020, and Joanne only received a total of $85,000 throughout the year. Joanne's lawsuit requested a reinstated monthly allowance be reinstated, as she needed to pay for medical care of up to $15,000 per month. She also wanted full transparency, in addition to unspecified damages and injunctions. In his defense, Rick claimed his mother was being manipulated by people who didn't have her best interests at heart. Rick claimed he had been trying to speak to Joanne for months. Rick Harrison gives some customers an attitude. Despite Rick's years of experience as a pawn shop owner, the reality TV star seems to lack the patience to serve the various types of customers who walk through his doors. Rick's dismissive comments and offers frequently anger customers, resulting in tense exchanges between them. In the episode titled, "Another Christmas Story," a man visits the shop to buy an NBA championship ring Rick kept in the store for his fiancée, whom he later got engaged to. However, the atmosphere became strained when the customer wanted to know if the 1975 Golden State Warriors ring was genuine. Rick was annoyed that the customer wouldn't take his word as the truth, and he looked visibly upset while the customer tried to verify the diamond's quality using his own diamond tester. Eventually, Rick was able to prove the diamond was real, and then named a final price tag of $11,000 after the customer offered $5,500. The customer left the shop feeling disappointed by Rick's unwillingness to work with him on the price tag before noting Rick's confrontational attitude, claiming, "It seemed like he wanted to punch me in the face." Via the Filmy. Rick Harrison loves them and leaves them. Rick is 60 years old. He married and then divorced 3 times. Rick's first foray into marriage happened in 1982, when he tied the knot with his first wife, Kim. Sadly, the marriage only lasted until 1985, when the pair separated. A year later, Rick was at the altar again, exchanging marital vows with his second wife, Tracy Harrison. Rick and Tracy remained married for 26 years until their separation in 2011. The couple welcomed 3 children during their marriage: Corey, Adam, and Jake Harrison. 2 years later, Rick's Pawn Stars co-stars were with him in Laguna Beach when he married his third wife, Deanna Burdett. However, in 2020, Rick filed for divorce from his third wife, 7 years after the pair tied the knot. Rick reportedly filed the divorce papers stating his mental disposition compared to that of Deanna had become so different. According to the filings, Rick explained that their marriage had become irreconcilable because they shared different tastes, views, likes and dislikes. However, the divorce proceedings went without drama as Deanna and Rick reached a settlement just months after he filed, via Daily Mail. Rick Harrison's been accused of being transphobic. Rick came under fire in 2015 for comments he made supporting Republican presidential candidate Marco Rubio. During an interview with CNN, Rick confessed he was worried his endorsement of Marco. His conservative views were making advertisers worried, and he was concerned that the scandal might cost him his show Pawn Stars. Rick mentioned the issues surrounding public accommodation of trans people as an example of one of the issues he was most concerned about, noting he was worried about the legislation that some cities might allow a man who feels like a woman to use the women's restroom. According to Rick, the law was being made without regard for unintended consequences, as he believed some nasty men would take advantage of this and go into bathrooms with young ladies. Rick's controversial comment was deemed transphobic as it aimed to deny allowing trans people to use bathrooms that match their gender identity. While Rick didn't lose Pawn Stars, the reality TV star reportedly lost multiple endorsements. Meanwhile, Marco also dropped out of the presidential race after losing in Florida. Rick Harrison is a Trump guy. Donald Trump isn't everyone's cup of tea, but apparently, Rick appreciates the bombastic and egotistical political leader. Trump didn't get banned from Twitter for no reason. It's because he lies and dog whistles sketchy groups. While everyone has the right to vote how they want to and promote politicians that they care about, Rick's strong ties to Trump may turn off more liberal-minded Pawn Star fans. Trump recently survived an assassination attempt. He's running for POTUS again. In the past, during his reign as America's leader, he did some questionable things, including separating 1,000 migrant children from their parents. That was very traumatic for the children and their moms and dads. It wasn't something one would expect to happen in the USA in the modern age. As a result of that cruel action and other shady behavior, Trump has plenty of haters. When Rick shares his friendship with the Trump family, including Donald's son Donald Trump Jr., he may offend a lot of people. Of course, some people who watch Pawn Stars are Republicans too. So, it's possible that a lot of people who follow the series actually see Rick's political leanings as a good thing. It just depends on a fan's perspective. Rick Harrison's living it up no matter what people say.